Yes, welcome everyone here to the Smash Sport Show right here on Smash FM here on a Tuesday here in Melbourne. Of course, let's go across to our friends over in Queensland in particular, and of course beat to one of our favourite clubs, that is Yeronga, South Brisbane. Of course, tell you what, haven't they made some great headlines in the last 2 weeks, and of course with what's been happening, especially with which inspires everyone down here in Melbourne, considering how stuck we are in lockdown. Of course, with the inspirational, theme song they had, 2 weeks ago. And, of course, we've got three very special guests to tell us all about it. Thanks, all three, for joining us.
Thanks for having us. Thank you.
No worries. Well, I'll get each of you to introduce yourselves, and obviously what position all you play on the field, I should say.
I'm Rachel. I am a ruck / centre half back, and I wear jersey number 3.
I'm Nicole. I currently play half back forward, I think they call it. Still getting used to the game, and I am number 7.
I'm Emily, also going by the name of Mad Dog, and I play in the defensive line.
At the moment, obviously, last week you had a fantastic win over Maroochydore. Of course, to set yourselves into a big battle with Coorparoo this weekend, but we'll talk a bit about that in just a moment. Now, I think it was 2 weeks ago. I think it was a home game at Lijon Park. You won that game. Tell us a bit about the theme song that's managed to get some headlines around the world at the moment.
So that game was the week that our reserves actually won their game. Unfortunately, the seniors couldn't get a win, but thankfully, our reserves, which is the team that Jamie plays in, who is profoundly deaf, meant we could celebrate with the victory song afterwards and surprise her with the version in Auslan as well.
I guess we're all three surprised on how it just went viral.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
We've tried with many other videos and they've never gone viral, but this was a hit.
I guess, how's it been like in the last 2 weeks since that video went viral?
I was at the gym the other day and people were actually wanting to know, they saw my jersey because I trained in my just normal training kit and they wanted to know where they could get one. So it's pretty cool. Yeah, it's got a lot of attention up here in Queensland. It's been pretty cool.
Yeah, I've had a couple of parents approach me at work. So I'm an exercise physiologist. We get quite a few kids and young adults coming through the disability scheme with parents who've seen it and were really stoked to be able to know someone in the group and encouraging the children to be able to play team sport.
Yeah, much like the other 2 girls, pretty much the same. It's lovely to be a part of a great club.
Yeah.
Now let's talk a bit about the win last week. You took on the previously ladder leaders Maroochydore last week at Lijon Park and obviously got the win. I guess tell us, how important was that win to get yourselves in the chance for a top 2 finish?
It was pretty huge actually. We had a few AFLW girls out on the weekend, so we were going into the game maybe sceptical about how we could pull it off, and the girls clicked. It was like next level. We've never seen the girls. I didn't get to play on the weekend, but it was great to watch and see the girls play a fantastic game. It was cheering from the get-go, positivity, and just simple but beautiful. Yeah, it was nice.
Now, a big game this weekend. Obviously, you have to travel to Griffin Park to take on Coorparoo over at their place. I guess how important is that game, knowing that if you win, you get second spot and take that off them?
Yeah, it's pretty huge, but I feel the way things have been tracking is we're on the up. So everything's been slow, gradual building. We really, I suppose, compounded everything together last week, and it all came into fruition. Finally looked really good and felt really good on the park, and we just feel that momentum's still growing. So the idea is that we peak in the grand finals. We're ready to play our best game in the grand final, and we just collect and beat the other teams on our way through.
I guess, considering it's been a sort of stop-start season, obviously I think played first 3 games or so at the start of the year, and then the big huge break in the middle because of what's happening around the world at the moment, and obviously now you're well into the season now. How's this year been for the team in regards to you had to start, then you had to stop again, and now you're finally on your way to hopefully a final spurt.
Yeah, I mean, most of the girls are pretty outgoing, so sport, I think, and fitness comes pretty much second nature. A lot of us work in allied health, so I think we're all pretty fit girls. So whilst it's not great to have 2 parts to a season, I think we've adapted fairly well and got around each other. And we've taken the opportunity where we can with COVID restrictions to try and just click and do Zoom meetings and fitness groups over Zoom to try and keep that baseline fitness level. Yeah.
Now, how did all 3 get involved in the sport, and why did you choose it?
I started in high school. I went to Yeronga Valley State High School, and they have an AFL academy there. But I just went down and accidentally went to touch football instead of AFL. But went across to the AFL for school sport and haven't stopped since, really. Just used to ride horses, and now I kick a football. I try anyway.
I'm from New Zealand originally, so there wasn't really any AFL, at least not for females. My brother played because we had good family friends that grew up in Aussie and they dragged him along. So I used to watch my brother for the 5 or 6 years before I moved to Brisbane 4 years ago. And I was pretty keen to play. And then when I found out that AFL was much cheaper than soccer, I decided to give it a go. Just so happened there was a club 4 minutes down the road from the house I was renting, and yeah, came down to Yeronga and loved the decision because I haven't turned back since.
Yeah, I was a bit of a late bloomer to AFL. I've only played 3 seasons. I came from a touch background, so contact sports being really different and challenging in its own way. How I got into it was one of the guys I work with, an allied health, he's an EP as well. He said to me, I know you play touch, would you be interested in giving AFL a go? And that was pretty much me, yeah.
What will be some highlights about all 3 of your football journeys so far there at Yeronga?
I haven't, I've played in 2 grand finals, not with Yeronga. I used to be with Zilmere Eagles, and I've lost both. And I don't know if that's a highlight or not, but it's enough to make me want the grand final for Yeronga. So that's going to be my highlight, winning the flag this year.
Yeah, it was pretty good. I wasn't in the senior squad that won the grand final when I was here. I was in the reserves that year, but still very much part of the club and the celebration that was when they won that grand final. It was a pretty special day. We had lost our grand final opportunity in the game prior, but that was a pretty wicked year and pretty amazing. I think New Zealand thinks they're all about rugby and have good, I suppose, sportsmanship and enthusiasm around the sport. But when you come to Australia and see how crazy these Aussies go for footy, you realise just how much passion people have for the sport. So that was, probably my highlight.
Yeah, I'd say kicking a goal as a defenceman was always a bit of a highlight, finally getting up forward and getting an opportunity to have a crack. Usually there can be a few celebrating dances prior to even kicking the goal. And then just seeing the enthusiasm in the girls' faces, it's infectious, yeah.
Now, I have to ask this question. Now, you've all mentioned at the start what position you're playing on the field. If you had the preferred position where you love to convince your coach Aaron to put you, where will that be?
Chuck me full forward, mate. Let me sit on the goal square. I'm 6 foot, just let me.
I reckon I played midfield for the 17 years or 16 years I played soccer, so I naturally felt like I should be a midfielder. But I'm actually kind of growing to like the halfback forward position because I can kind of be a defensive midfielder and try and lay some big tackles and be annoying out the back. So I'm pretty happy where I'm at the moment.
Yeah, I'm the same. I can't knock where I'm at. I enjoy being anywhere just as long as it's not fullback.
Actually, yeah, no fullback.
Yes.
Now, what does the sport of footy mean to all 3 of you, and especially being there at Yeronga, South Brisbane?
Family, really. These girls, I've played for 3 women's teams in Southeast Brisbane, and I'd retired because I've had knee reconstructions ×3. I'd retired, but these girls maybe want to put the boots back on and I haven't looked back, and I'll risk my knees. I just broke my nose 2 weeks ago. I'll risk my nose again. I'll do whatever for these girls because they're absolutely legends.
Yeah, I have to build on that. I obviously, coming from New Zealand, I don't really have any family in Australia. Went to uni, so had a couple of mates from a master's course, but basically got 60 instant friends and family when I joined the club, and these are the girls I see 3 or 4 times a week, if not more, and spend most of my time with. So I think Rachel did it pretty well with family there.
Yeah, I agree, absolutely. It's infectious, and just the benefits like mental health, physical health. Yeah, sport's amazing. Yeah.
But this group's amazing.
And
This group is like next level.
Yeah.
You can see by the video 2 weeks ago, this group of girls, they're fantastic.
I know I'm going to ask the most silliest question I'm ever going to ask. I'm assuming, what is both or three your, I guess, future ambitions in the sport of footy?
Not tear another ACL. I would say that would be a good future ambition for me, but I just want the flag. Haven't won a flag, want the flag. And I've told the girls if we get both flags this season, I'm getting a fringe cut. So by the team.
Oh.
So we'll see what happens. But I want the flag, so we're just going to have to do it, I guess.
I think for me, I haven't played a full season yet, injury-free, so I'd like to get into that, bit of more body longevity in the sport. I don't have any sort of aspirations to play for AFLW at the moment. I like enjoying the sport and just having it as a fun side. There was talk though of AFL coming around in New Zealand, so if they bring out a squad and they're looking for any international ring-ins over in Aussie, I might give it a crack, but I'm pretty happy here.
Yeah, I agree. I'm 29, so I'm a senior member of the squad. So that side of footy's definitely long past for me. I just love being part of just the team. Yeah.
Now, what would be your advice to our listeners, especially in Queensland, that should support the mighty Yeronga South Brisbane team for the rest of this year?
Oh,
No, get down here and support us. We're getting our clubhouse got washed away in the floods in 2011, and it's just been really rocky getting back since then. And we're getting a second story put on our little clubhouse in a couple of weeks. So I reckon they need to get down and have a drink to celebrate our 2-story clubhouse.
yeah, we've got great vibes down here. We've got a fantastic juniors club as well. It starts from the grassroots with the little kids. We try to be involved with as much of the juniors as we can, helping with Auskick and coaching. And I think the good family vibe starts from those young kids. So it's a club you want to be part of, because it doesn't matter where you come from or what you want to do with it. Everyone's welcome, and we find a space for everyone. Plus you can learn other skills like Ausland and everything else on the way.
Yeah, we just love the banter. So yeah, come down, throw some heckle. Yeah, you'll get a cheer out of all of us girls.
Yeah.
Now, I have to ask a bit about your coach. I know you're coached pretty well. Of course, used to coach down at Coolangatta. Of course, Aaron. Tell us, how special has it been to be playing under Aaron as your coach?
It's been pretty special. I've known Aaron for quite a long time and played against him in many games, being in a different team. So it's been pretty nice to have a new coach. Like, you get all these coaches, but he's pretty good. He loves to chat. Definitely, when we've taken our boots off at training and he's still talking, he doesn't get that we're ready to go home. But he's very motivational, and he's got a gift with words, I could say. He helps us get through it and pushes us hard. So yeah, he could probably push us harder if he wanted to. He's a little bit soft sometimes.
Yeah, he is a motivated and enthusiastic man, that's for sure. He loves footy, and he literally puts so much time into this team, but he's also brought alongside and created another epic team of leaders, both in the coaching squad as well as the leadership squad in the team. So he's found some amazing additions, and Buff and Lockie, Dingo having with the reserves, Lena helping out. He recruited Jade, and then Lexi came to help too, and she loved it so much. She's like, no, I'm going to be a player again. These girls are too much fun. So we've got a great, I suppose, coaching squad too that help Aaron out, and he's helped create that.
Yeah, just passion. You can see it. Like, he loves watching the girls play and loves watching guys play. Like, you can just see AFL as second nature for him.
I think he gets it from his dad, because his dad watches most of our live streams and then questions him after the games, gets to know us, and none of us have even met him, but he knows us off the top of his head, so must run in the blood.
Now, let's finish up with a couple of light-hearted questions before you all get into training very soon, which is anyone with the most embarrassing moment so far this year?
Maybe not for the radio. I don't know. Embarrassing.
Oh, embarrassing.
I'm pretty embarrassing most of my life, really.
I mean, how'd you break your nose? You tackled someone with your face.
Oh, yeah, I tackled someone with my face and broke my nose. Pretty good at that. I don't know.
I don't think anything. It's super. I think it's about on the field. All the off the field stuff, some more weekend antics.
Yeah.
Probably don't think on radio.
Yeah. We're athletes. And we don't want to rub it into the Victorians that we have weekend antics at the moment either, I guess.
Fair enough. Now, who's the comedian in the team?
Oh, we got a lot.
Yeah.
Clancy. Oh,
Clance.
These two are pretty funny.
I like to give a good crack.
Yeah.
Without trying. Normally it's just the wrong thing at the wrong time, and I've said it, really. But Clancy has a good crack.
Yeah.
Now, who's the best singer and dancer in the team?
Killer's got to be a good dancer.
Killer's got the best moves.
Camilla is her name, but we call her Killer.
Yeah. And when we're cheering her from the sideline, it sounds like we're telling people to kill her, but it's just Killer. She's actually quite gentle.
Best singer? I don't know everybody. I don't know that I know of. Definitely isn't me. I've got a raspy voice, but not a raspy sing. Yeah.
Daisy would have a good crack.
Do you reckon?
I reckon Daisy would. Daisy was dancing at our
True.
what is that, bad shirt night.
Who knows?
Yeah, we'll have to try it. Oh, Aaron, actually.
Oh,
Aaron. Sorry, Aaron's the best singer.
You'll find it.
You'll love that.
On YouTube.
Get on YouTube, you'll find him.
Oh, yeah. Yes, know that one. Now, of course, I'm sure there's some pre-game songs to hype the team up before a game. If so, who runs the playlist and what's the worst song on it?
Oh, what's that? Clancy likes to think she runs it.
Yeah, she loves Riptide. It's just not a good pop-up song at all. We like some good classics on there.
Yeah.
It really does depend on who gets there first and who's got the iPhone to AUX adapter.
Yes.
And who can figure out the speakers. So home and away games change. So yeah, it really is a bit of a lucky dip, and you just get the character in the team if it's a song that's not amping everyone up really.
Yeah.
Now, one last one. Now, obviously, as I mentioned, that you've had to stop-start season so far. Now, during the stop part of this, the middle of the season, anything, did you have any hidden talents that you didn't think you had during the stop of the season in the middle?
Donza is not bad with a ping pong ball. And she did a few TikTok videos on a moving skateboard getting trick shots. That kept us entertained.
That was good.
On multiple days.
We did do a kicking trick shot challenge amongst the team, so who could do the best trick shot and upload the video. Actually, Jamie did the epic one outside the Nahindle house, kicked onto the roof, and then it rolled down into Richmond.
Yeah.
So we had a few variations of different kicks, I think, for the challenge.
Yeah. Pets got lots of features, like everyone's pets and things were
Well, all three, thank you so much for giving up your time prior to training tonight to join us. Obviously, please send our best wishes to your teammates for us. Obviously, big game against Coorparoo at Griffin Park on Saturday, and let's hope you can get them this time again and leak yourselves into second position on the ladder by the end of the weekend.
Thank you.
We got it. Thank you. Thanks for having us. Go Devils. Woo.
No worries. So make sure you get down to Griffin Park, of course, on Saturday to cheer on the Mighty Devils against Coorparoo, of course, this weekend. Of course, all the details we'll put on our social media. There's more on the Smash Sport Show right after this. Don't go away.